Bunnie XO just got caught kissing someone new on the 4th of July in a bar owned by her estranged husband. And the man she was kissing just went on camera and said something about it that the entire internet is still talking about. Wait for it. Because by the end of this video, the full picture of where this divorce story has landed is going to hit completely different. Stay with me. Let's go back to the beginning, because this story has been building for weeks, and everything that just happened makes a lot more sense when you see the full timeline. Jelly Roll filed for divorce May 18th in Tennessee after nearly 10 years of marriage. World found out June 15th via TMZ. Since then, both of them have handled the fallout in completely opposite ways. Jelly spoke once. Mid-concert, Saratoga Springs. Nobody cheated. She is his best friend. She will probably be the only woman he ever loves the way he loved her. Then, silence. Back on tour. Nothing else. Bunnie went the other direction entirely. Near hour-long podcast episode breaking down the Mother's Day argument that ended everything. Confirmed they are still planning to have a baby together via IVF despite the split. Made the prison joke that went viral. Read out unhinged DMs from rappers and blue checkmarks. Hinted she might have somebody she thinks is cute. Then came the Chad Kroeger rumor. Reports started circulating online that Bunnie had moved on with the Nickelback frontman. She shut it down immediately on her podcast. I did not cheat on my husband. There is no Chad and Bunnie XO. Jelly co-signed it at a concert. Nobody cheated on nobody. Every word of what she said is the truth. So the scoreboard at that point was no cheating confirmed, still planning a baby, both calling each other best friends, mystery man hinted at but unconfirmed. And then the 4th of July happened. Goodnight Nashville, a bar in Tennessee, owned by Jelly Roll himself. And on the 4th of July, Bunnie XO was photographed in the VIP section kissing a 24-year-old named Dylan Wolf.
Bunnie XO caught kissing Dylan Wolf for 4th of July at Jelly Roll's bar in Nashville. He's the reality TV star from Calabasas Confidential. I think they said like he's half Bunnie's age, but good for her. TMZ did post a video of them actually making out right before the 4th of July fireworks show at like a rooftop VIP section in the bar. But here's the thing, if Jelly moved on and they're like, hey, she's like, go ahead, hit him up in his DMs if you want him, then who cares what she's doing? And who cares if it's half her age? Like, he's legal. And she has already said she's really not looking for anything serious. She doesn't want to be tied down into a relationship. So let her have fun. Let her do what she does. I think if anything, she deserves this. She has been through so much this past year. And she had made it very clear that she was back on the market and that there were people in her DMs, but she only responded to 2. And he is very pretty to look at, just like she has said. So good for Bunnie. But I want to know your thoughts on this in the comment section. But I think this is good for her. Like, she needs to put herself out there.
Bro, let that location sink in for a second. Not just any bar. Her estranged husband's bar, on a national holiday, with a man 22 years younger than her. Dylan Wolf is a Netflix reality star. He appeared on Calabasas Confidential this year, where he described himself as the Malibu cowboy. He is 24, Bunnie is 46, and the photos of them together went everywhere within hours. Here is where it gets crazy. Dylan Wolf did not go quiet after the photos came out. He went on camera with TMZ and addressed the whole thing directly. He said he talked to Bunnie earlier that same day. I love Bunnie. She's great. She's got a lot going on right now, but I'm here for her and she's super sick. He confirmed he has not spoken to Jelly Roll since the photos went public, despite all the attention they generated. And then he said he has love for both of them. And then he dropped the line that broke the internet. On the 22-year age gap between them, he said, and I am quoting this directly, at the end of the day, she's single, she's young, she's having fun. Sometimes a cowboy wants to hunt cougars and rabbits. Bro, he said that out loud, on camera, to TMZ. No cap, the reaction to that line alone has been one of the most chaotic comment sections of this entire divorce saga. Half the internet is living for it, saying Bunnie looks incredible, she deserves to have fun, she spent 10 years being loyal and now she gets to do whatever she wants. The age gap content is writing itself and people cannot get enough of it. The other half immediately zeroed in on the location, Jelly Roll's bar. Of all the places in Nashville, she ended up kissing someone new in a venue that her estranged husband owns. Some people are reading that as completely coincidental. Others are reading it as the loudest possible statement she could have made without saying a single word. And then there is the Dylan Wolf factor. This is not some random person. This is a 24-year-old Netflix reality star who just described himself as a cowboy hunting cougars on national television. He is not exactly keeping a low profile about this. The comments asking whether Jelly Roll has seen any of this are everywhere. And the answer, as far as anyone publicly knows, is the same as it has always been: silence. Here is the detail that makes this whole thing more complicated than it looks on the surface. days. Bunnie was kissing Dylan Wolf in Jelly Roll's bar, but earlier this year she said on her podcast that Jelly Roll is her best friend, that she loves him more than life itself, that she is still riding for him behind the scenes, that they are still planning to raise a baby together as one big happy family. She also said something on that same podcast that is hitting differently now. We have been the most unconventional couple that you guys have ever encountered. Being happy and healthy and best friends through this is probably the biggest gift that we could have given each other. And Jelly said on that stage that nobody cheated on nobody, that she will probably be the only woman he ever loves the way he loved her. So we have two people who have publicly declared they are best friends, still co-planning a child together, who genuinely love each other. And one of them just got photographed kissing a 24-year-old cowboy in the other one's bar. Dylan Wolf himself said watching their breakup play out from the outside has been difficult. It's sad to see. That's life. You just want the best for everyone.
So it looks like the internet is seeing a soft launch between Bunnie and Dylan Wolf. Bunnie has made a couple hints about it. She comes out, she sings a little song. I'll show you guys the clip. But she's receiving a lot of backlash over this because on her podcast that is now deleted, she says, no, Jelly is not dating Jesse Murph. My God, she's like just barely older than Bailey. Jesse Murph is 21 years old and now Dylan Wolf is 24 years old. Some people love it, some people hate it. But is she dating a 24-year-old? Because it sure looks like it. So Dylan Wolf from Calabasas, the TV show, posted this on his story yesterday, and you can see he's got Bunnie XO. Then Bunnie says this on her podcast. It's definitely starting to feel like a soft launch between the two of them over there. But Bunnie did confirm that she thinks she has somebody that she might think is cute. And that's when she sings the pretty little baby stuff. So what do you guys think?
That is a surprisingly measured take from someone who just became the most talked about person in this story overnight. And it tells you something. He is not trying to make this bigger than it is. He is not playing into the drama. He genuinely seems to care about Bunnie as a person and is keeping things calm despite the circus around him, which is more than the internet is doing right now. The online reaction to the Dylan Wolf situation has split into three very distinct camps. And bro, each one is louder than the last. Camp 1 is fully on Bunnie's side, and they are not quiet about it. The comments under every clip of her from the last few weeks have been flooded with women saying she is the blueprint for how to handle a public divorce. She did not go dark. She did not play the victim. She did not wait for anyone's permission to start living. She went to a bar on the 4th of July and kissed a 24-year-old cowboy. And the internet found out about it the same way they find out about everything, through a photo. She did not announce it, she did not stage it, she just lived and got caught living. And that energy is exactly what her audience has been rallying around since day one of this divorce. Camp 2 is more conflicted. These are the people who have followed this story from the beginning, who watched Bunnie say she loves Jelly more than life itself, who heard her say she is still riding for him behind the scenes, who know they are still planning a baby together. And now they are trying to reconcile all of that with 4th of July photos in his bar with a Netflix cowboy. The comments in this camp are not angry exactly, they are confused. Because Bunnie has been so open and so consistent about still loving him that this feels like a gear shift that nobody was fully prepared for, even though logically everyone knew it was coming eventually. Camp 3 is the smallest, but the loudest. These are the people who zeroed in on the location and will not let it go. Jelly Roll's bar. His name is literally on the building, and that is where she ended up on a holiday weekend with someone new. Some of these comments are reading it as completely random. Nashville is not that big a city, and the bar is one of the most popular venues in town. Others are reading it as deliberate, as Bunnie making a statement about ownership and freedom, and the fact that nothing in that city belongs to him more than it belongs to her. No cap, that third reading is the one getting the most engagement, because whether it was intentional or not, the optics of that location are impossible to ignore. Dylan Wolf, meanwhile, is handling the attention better than most people would. He went on TMZ, said his piece, kept it calm, showed genuine affection for Bunnie without throwing anyone under the bus. For a 24-year-old Netflix reality star suddenly in the middle of one of the most talked about celebrity divorce stories of the year, that is actually an impressive level of composure. But here is the detail that everyone keeps coming back to. He said he talked to Bunnie earlier that same day, that he is here for her, that she is super sick, that he has love for both of them. He is not claiming a relationship. He is not calling himself her boyfriend. He is a 24-year-old cowboy who kissed a woman he thinks is great and is now trying to navigate the fact that woman happens to be in the middle of a very public divorce from one of the most famous country artists in the world. And Jelly Roll is still saying nothing. That silence is now carrying the weight of a concert speech, a Grammy thank you, a decade of marriage, a planned IVF baby, and a 4th of July kiss in his own bar. All of it sitting on top of each other. All of it unaddressed. All of it building towards something that has not happened yet. The comment section consensus right now is unanimous on one thing. When Jelly Roll finally breaks that silence again, and he will, it is going to be the most watched moment of this entire story.
Jelly Roll has reacted to Bunnie XO smooching her new man, and I can't believe what he said. I was surprised to see that Bunnie is already moving on from her divorce after being spotted with a new guy at Jelly's own bar, and it's all on video. Footage shows Bunnie smooching Dylan Wolf, who stars on the new Netflix reality show Calabasas Confidential. The smooch happened in full view of people at Goodnight Nashville on the 4th of July, where they were hanging out in the rooftop VIP section. People also think it's a bit weird because Dylan is nearly half her age. He later posted a short video with Bunnie teasing an upcoming podcast episode. This comes after Bunnie and Jelly split back in May following a massive argument. Bunnie has been very open about getting back on the market and has even claimed Jelly is already dating again too. Now Jelly Roll has shared his thoughts on this and left a comment under a post about it. He said, "Good for her." I was actually surprised by that response. They only split up recently, so I didn't expect him to be so supportive, especially when it all happened at his own venue. I can understand why he wants to move on, but he's definitely not the reaction I thought he'd have. But before you go, I want to know, do you think it's weird that he commented on the video?
And based on everything this man has said so far, it is going to be devastating in the best possible way. No cap, this is the most dramatic development in this entire divorce story. Bunnie XO kissed a 24-year-old Netflix cowboy in her estranged husband's bar on the 4th of July. The cowboy went on TMZ and said sometimes a cowboy wants to hunt cougars and rabbits, and Jelly Roll has said absolutely nothing. The full picture of where this story has landed is almost impossible to believe when you lay it all out. A 10-year marriage ended on Mother's Day, a Grammy speech 4 months earlier, an IVF baby still being planned, a best friendship still intact by both accounts, and now a 4th of July kiss in a bar the ex-husband owns with a man 22 years younger. Bunnie said this divorce has given her freedom she never knew she needed, that there is no better feeling than freedom, that she is the happiest she has ever been. Whatever Jelly Roll is privately feeling watching all of this unfold, he is keeping it exactly where he said he would, to himself. But he is a man who turns every painful chapter of his life into music eventually. And this chapter has more material than anything he has ever lived through before. When that song comes out, the whole internet is going to feel it. Drop in the comments whether you think Dylan Wolf is the real deal or whether this is just Bunnie having fun and living her best life. I am reading everything. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoafTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.